Good afternoon, everyone. I am Linda Wellbrock, the founder and CEO of Leading Women Entrepreneurs, and also the Force for Change Awards for New Jersey during COVID. And we have such a dynamic guest with us today, Dr. François Nader, who literally has at least 6 very impressive titles. And I am so honored to have him here with us today. I'm going to let him tell everyone here a little bit about what you do currently and what your vision is. So welcome, Dr. Nader.
Thank you, Linda, and please call me François. It's a pleasure to be here, and thank you for the honor.
Great. Well, let's start with a very impressive and moving story for a lot of different reasons. You were behind the major turnaround of NPS Pharmaceuticals, which brought so much success to the state of New Jersey. And I'd love for you to just recap what that was and some of the lessons that you learned during that incredible experience.
Well, it was a terrific adventure. I'm so proud of what we have achieved, not only for the company, but more importantly for the patients we served. I was surrounded by fantastic people who were really on a mission to treat these 2 rare diseases that we ended up finding treatments for. It was a turnaround, a long history behind NPS before I joined, but we decided to focus NPS on the rare disease space, which was kind of a novelty back in 2006. And we turned around the company around these 2 diseases that did not have treatments or kind of effective treatments, if you will. And looking back at this absolutely terrific experience, really what made the biggest difference is the people. I was blessed by having around me a terrific team, really very competent individuals that were dedicated to the mission, and that made a huge difference. So we had the right technology, which in our business is very important, and we took it in a record time between the phase 2 and approval. But last, but certainly not least, probably the backbone of the success of NPS was the culture. We had what I believe to be a very positive, very sound, and very real culture. Interestingly enough, we sold the company 5 or 6 years ago now, and when I meet former employees, the one thing they remember usually are our values, which is a very unique feature of what we've done. It's really creating a culture focused on patient, very clear, very simple, but also this is a culture that we lived by and applied. And people ask me what the secret sauce. We can have multiple different secret sauces, if you will, but in every success story I've been at least associated with, the culture happened to be the backbone, if you will, of the success.
Yeah, it's extremely important. And I know, having that leadership and driving the values is so important in accomplishing the ultimate mission. And, for entrepreneurs who aim to convert science into medicines that could save lives, do you have any other advice for them, especially up and coming entrepreneurs that have these big visions that are so important for all of our futures?
One has to be really crazy to embark on building a biotech company. We are all crazy one way or another because, frankly, the probability of success is so small. 1 per 10,000 or 1 per 1,000 products eventually make it to the market. So it's a labor of love more than anything else. But the beauty of the business we're in is successes truly make a difference in the life of patients. And this is a fantastic catalyst for everything we do. For the young scientists who are embarking on this journey, I would say believe in yourself, believe in your technology, Don't cut corners. In our business, things have to be done a certain way and only a certain way. So be patient. But also, and I think more importantly, as I said it a minute ago, build a culture where you can enroll people in your vision,
Right.
which ties to the next point I am about to say. There is no way you can do it alone as smart as you can be. No way. So don't even attempt to do it. But on the contrary, try to surround yourself with people who complement your skills. You know, scientists are brilliant people by definition, but they have to have the modesty and the humility to recognize that they cannot do it alone. And therefore, enrolling others who complement what they bring is really the secret, if you will, for a successful endeavor in our business.
It's so inspiring and refreshing to hear everything that you've just talked about, because the journey of entrepreneurship is isolating, and you need the dream team to make it happen, because we know that either in biotech or all entrepreneurial ventures that the success rates are low, and that's why recognizing people who have succeeded like yourself is so important to everyone, because it has a ripple effect, and hopefully your story of success will inspire others to reach for their dreams.
And mentorship, Linda, is very important. So for the young scientists, and I'm doing some mentorship of young scientists, mentorship is very, very important. So I encourage the scientists to find someone or someones who have been there, done that, who could show them the way rather than having to invent it as they go. And I mean, in my 30 plus years in this business, I think I stepped on every possible landmines possible in our business and learned from it. So for the young scientists, the young entrepreneurs, find someone who can show you the way. This will save you time and money and heartburns, frankly.
Absolutely fantastic advice. So we're going to shift gears into talking about your experience and your goals on the board of Moderna, which is currently at the forefront of coming up with the vaccine for COVID-19. And we're all just praying that happens sooner than later. So what can you share with us about this very unique experience in this very unprecedented time?
It is a very unique experience, I think, in the history of science, literally. And I feel so blessed to have been involved in this story from its inception. I was lucky enough to join the board of Moderna back in December 2019. And frankly, within a few weeks, COVID emerged as being a priority for the company. And since then, it has been an absolute amazing journey of science, an amazing journey of an unbelievable mission, and frankly, an unbelievable journey of creating and living first, literally every day. So think about it for just a minute. China shared the genetic sequence of the COVID-19 virus on January 11th, 2020. On February 7th, and this is 25 days later, 25 days, Moderna had the first batch of the vaccine in vials. So 25 days after we were given the genetic sequence of the virus, we had a vaccine in a vial. And this was February 7th. March 16th, the first subject was dosed. So if you think about it for just a second, 63 days elapsed between having the genetic sequence of the vaccine of the virus and injecting the first subject with the vaccine. 63 days. And this is a mankind record. Now, if we look forward, others, if you will, embarked on the same journey. And many producers, including Moderna, hope to have a vaccine available for the population by the end of the year. So less than 12 months would have elapsed, we hope, between the genetic sequence of the virus and starting at least to immunize population, which is really amazing. And when you think of a mission, we're early July, and just in the US, we have unfortunately over 140,000 Americans who died from COVID and over 3 million people who are infected. And this is just in the last 6 months. I'm really concerned about what will happen in the next 6 months or until we have either a treatment or a vaccine. And this is what makes this journey absolutely unbelievable, because every minute counts. I would not say every day counts. Every minute counts. Mm-hmm. And frankly, at this stage, sure, I hope that Moderna will be the first, but it doesn't really matter who's the first, because we will need the first and the second and the third and the fourth to be able to supply vaccine to the US population and to the world. So it has been a terrific experience. And frankly, for a small, young biotech company like Moderna, it's unbelievable to go from being a small biotech to being one of the lead producer of COVID-19 vaccine in the world, hopefully, within the span of 1 year. So it's a very humbling experience, frankly. But at the same time, you truly feel you can touch the difference you can make.
I mean, you couldn't have said that better. And we all truly applaud all of the incredibly intelligent minds and the people who have had to shift so quickly to make this conversation happen and to make the potential vaccine happen. So I know I'm praying and sending all the good vibes that the world needs Moderna to come through this and help us out of this global crisis and help our country. So thank you for your work there. And we're going to shift into our last question, which really this pandemic has changed life for all of us, especially everybody in New Jersey is doing business differently. We've been remote with, different family members and all that kind of stuff. So I'd like to ask you, is there anything now that you've gone totally remote that you miss from your office?
Interesting. Yeah, actually, come to think of it, I really miss the non-business chit-chat we had, frankly. Just the getting together and talking about stuff, whatever it is. Because, when you are on a video conference or when you are on a call, usually it's business, business, business. You have the first 30 seconds, hi, how are you doing type of thing. But then you dive into business. And then when the call ends, the call ends. Whereas, frankly, when you are in an office setting or around the board table or whatever it is, you have those chit-chats. You get to know people beyond their title, beyond what they do for business. They can talk about their family, their dog, whatever it is. And this is something, frankly, this human aspect of things, I'm missing it for sure. Much difficult to do online, much easier to do when you are face-to-face around the water cooler or grabbing a coffee or having a sandwich,
I completely agree with you. Coming from a woman who has had, many events and many networking teams and event planning teams, those conversations are greatly missed. And I think all of us in isolation, we're all doing our best and we're going to continue to do it. But that human connection is one of the things that has been, I think, the hardest for all of us to sort of get used to. With that said, we're glad that we have you and the work that you're doing and that we have technology so we could connect on some level.
Absolutely.
We cannot wait to honor you on November 2nd as a 2020 Force for Change honoree. And again, thank you so much for all of your hard work and dedication to getting us through this crisis. And we can't wait to see what the rest of 2020 brings us, because we know that you're going to be part of the solution.
Thank you, Linda. And thank you for bringing innovation and recognition to New Jersey. We definitely need it. And there are terrific people in New Jersey that certainly deserve it. So thank you for the opportunity.
You're so welcome. And we'll see you on November 2nd. Thanks, François.
Thank you.